In today's video, I want to talk about a few key reasons why your business's social media page is not generating any leads. So in order for us to understand the solution, we need to talk about some of the things or might not be doing and the questions you might not be asking yourself, such as, what is your business's demographics? And who should be watching my content? Is my target market even watching my content? When it comes to creating a page that generates leads, we have to unlearn a few things. Views and likes and all of the vanity metrics are useless unless you are monetizing them. You don't need 10 million views on your videos unless you have a way for the viewers to go to your website and maybe book a call with you or just give you a message even. Now, this methodology will help most service-based businesses. Instead of trying to reach 50,000 followers, which, let's be honest, most people don't. And when they do, then they quickly realize that it doesn't convert. So there are usually two routes you can take, and one of them is the influencer route, and one of them is the lead generator route. Now, the influencer route is one of the more popular channels, and people kind of use that as the default way of looking at social media. Like, oh, I need to make funny content, I need to dance more, I need to do this or that. That is not necessary. I mean, if you want to, it's fine, as long as you're including what you're paid as about as well. Now, there is, of course, a hybrid on this. Some things like a coaching program work best for it. Hybrids work best. Your offer is targeting the masses. And by masses, I mean you have a very big audience to sell to. Usually with broad coaching offers, you can also generate leads using it. This is just one example, but in general, the lead generator route is more specific to your said market. This just helps keep everything streamlined. You can track who's watching what, metrics stay simpler, and I would always rather choose a following of 10,000 followers of qualified people compared to 100,000 with 2% qualified, for example. Very specifically for the business page route. The thing about a business page is that it needs to be very carefully curated. I am careful of the things I talk about. Let's say I went off topic on one of my reels. I don't know. Let's say I said something about tacos. Let's say I made one clip on tacos and made a funny reel and that got 20 million views. Now the followers I get from those viewers will be more who want more of that same content. They followed me because of a funny piece of content. And then the next day, if I start posting educational content again, what would they do? They don't want to be educated. People will follow and engage with your stuff if they like it, and they will follow you for more content they followed you for in the first place. Just because they're a follower doesn't mean anything unless they interact or watch your content in the first place. So after watching today's video, I want you to focus on a few things now. First thing, make content for your intended market and not everyone. Talk about their pain points, what you solve, how you solve it, and more importantly, use your channels as a source to help certain individuals who are looking to get the problem solved. If you communicate with them effectively, they will come to you. Another thing is, find a source where you're consistently reaching your customers. Now, point number 2 is very important because if you don't have a source where you're consistently reaching your ideal demographics, let's say you only serve to like a specific demographic, like it could be one city. It could be a specific audience size or a specific niche or a specific level of business. You need to make sure you're targeting or reaching those people on a daily basis. Because if you don't, you're just going to be targeting a lot of random people. Which of course, if you're targeting a lot of random people from different sources, they're not going to interact with your content, or more importantly, they're not going to come to your call to actions, which could be book a call, book an appointment. So these type of things don't happen if you're showing your content to the incorrect people. So this is where I highly encourage you to start using ads for. And when it comes to ads, it's one of those things where people kind of hesitant of, okay, like I'm going to spend all this money, am I going to get a return on investment? The way you need to look at ads for is like, okay, I want to make sure my content in the first place is being seen by the right people. In the early stages, or when it comes to content, that is quite literally the only thing you have to do when it comes to reaching the right people. Now, I'll make a more detailed video on this, on how you can exactly do that, but this is generally the formula on how you reach the right people. Another method you can do is just like call out your audience. So you can start the video off with like Houston business owners. So you can use that hook. Because like everybody's scrolling, for example, the only people who might stay are people within that hook, like Houston business owners. So you can try different hook testing as well. It's a very good method. But overall, ads is a fantastic tool you can use to reach your intended market. All right, that is all for today's video. If you found this helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, all those things that helps the video just do well in the algorithm. Or if you are a service-based business and you're looking to implement some of the systems directly, there's a Calendly link in the description Just book a call with me and we'll get in touch directly. Also, another thing I want to mention is my newsletter, which I send out like daily emails. Well, Monday to Friday. They're very short emails and I try to keep them very value packed. So it's like a 1 to 2 minute read, and it's just to kind of expand more on topics like these. So if you are just trying to make sure you're maximizing your social profiles, I highly recommend you subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next one.